Hello and welcome to the Devil Cyborg Podcast, the 20th episode, and by golly, is it hot. I'm literally sweating right now, and I am in my room, so I think that shows how much summer is coming along. But again, welcome to the Devil Cyborg Podcast, and we have a whopper of a 30 minutes for you today. So wherever you are, if you're listening to this on your computer, if you're listening to this on the bus, welcome to the podcast, and I hope you have an amazing time today. So, do we kick things off with a bit of a personal touch to stuff, shall we? So, first off, let's go through personal stuff that's happening in my life. As I've said already, it is majorly hot. If it's not where you are, I'm slightly jealous of you. I've begun to realise I am totally a winter person instead of a summer person. Mainly because of the lack of insects, heat, and sunburn. I haven't got sunburn yet, which I'm very, very happy about. Very happy that I haven't been sunburnt yet. However, I think it's only a matter of time till I do. Ways I've been combating the risk of sunburn so far is wearing jackets which cover my arms, and wearing jackets that cover the back of my neck, really. It's really hot. It's if I check right now what weather it is, I think it's 23 degrees Celsius, and that's the highest I've seen it so far. Means something's happening. And of course it's nice. The sun's here, winter's over, summer's finally coming. You know, I'm just a winter person, I think. So in honesty, I hope it's back. What else has been happening? Of course. I recently had to write a report for my professional. Oh God, not professional. Not saying the word professional. My professional skills module for my computer science course. I had to write a report on an ethical issue on how to manage it, basically, and going on the pros and cons and all of it. I did about software piracy, and it's very, very difficult to find arguments for software piracy rather than against software piracy. I believe I found 2 professional studies and reports on how bad software piracy is for like governments, economies, and all that. And I cited them, got like graphs and all that. And for the arguments for, I believe sources are the prices for Adobe Photoshop, Wikipedia page for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the TV show, and internet comic which depicts Game of Thrones, how the first season didn't come out like online, so everyone's like, how are we supposed to watch it online if like it's nowhere anything, or else we have like radar cable and all that. It's very, very difficult, but I've got it all done. I'm pretty proud of it. It's a first draft and we get feedback on it, which is pretty good. It's still, our first draft is 20% of the assignment, which is really bullshit. So but yeah, that's all done. I'm really happy the report's done. But yeah, I think what we should do now is we'll go into the wrestling thing. And of course, if you're not a wrestling fan, I'm very sorry. I do not know when I'm going to stop talking about this. I'll aim for around about 15 minutes. Can't promise anything. So recently in the world of wrestling, we're just off the back end of WrestleMania season, and now things are getting shaken up. Literally, the Superstar Shakeup for the WWE happened recently, and boy oh boy, was there a bit of a shake-up. How many times can I say shake-up in this one segment? Please leave it in the comments below. Hey. So there was some big stuff, big stuff. So let's go over the stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw, the stuff that got announced first. So first off, we see first, as the show's opening, Angle's out, and Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh, we're going to guess that Samir Singh is going to come over as well, unless they're really going to make him Mr. Tuesday Nights. And he's drafted the United States Championship, and Kurt Angle makes him defend that United States Championship on his first night against who? Jeff Hardy. Jeff then beats Jinder Mahal and becomes WWE United States Champion for the first time, becoming Grand Slam Champion as well. A very good night for Jeff Hardy. So Jinder Mahal's just come to Raw and lost his title. What will happen with Jinder Mahal? You tell me. We also had the Riot Squad debut. I believe they attacked someone, but I can't remember. Oh, they attacked Sasha and Bailey. That was it. Yes. Um, so the Riot Squad moving over, which means that Absolution will probably move over, especially because Paige is now the general manager of SmackDown. Um, from the free agentship to just Raw, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were rehired by Stephanie McMahon directly, um, which was pretty good. And during that segment as well, we learnt that The Miz is going back to SmackDown. He's one of the only few people, along with Jinder Mahal as well, to have swapped brands at each Superstar Shakeup. Fact that we haven't had The Miz versus Jinder Mahal. That's a weird fact. We haven't seen The Miz versus Jinder Mahal during the whole of the draft era. Damn. We also had Natalia come out, basically to be friends with Ronda Rousey. That was pretty fun. Breezango debuted on Raw. If you do not know, Tyler Breeze is my third favorite wrestler of all time. And boy, oh boy, they beat the Bar. They beat four-time Raw Tag Team Champions, the Bar, and boy oh boy, if they're not pushed after this, then I don't know what will happen. I really hope they do get. In a shocking turn of events, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre both debuted at the same time. Looking kind of like a team, and they have a really good finisher of a zigzag, but Drew does his Claymore kick to like really hit it home, which is ouch, hurts. It hurts. Other things we saw, Baron Corbin's going to be moving over. Bobby Roode appeared as a mystery debut at a mystery Raw debut in a 8-man tag, I think it was. And other ones for Raw are Chad Gable, The Ascension, Mike Kanellis, Mojo Rawley, and Zack Ryder. So fairly picks, but a lot of the excess coming off of SmackDown, except for Breezango. I love you, Tyler Breeze. So what happened on SmackDown Live then? I mean, that's quite a lot of names. What did SmackDown Live do? So first off, so first off, what happens is someone's in the ring challenging anyone from the back. I can't remember who it is because I'm very, very stupid. Who was it? No, I can't remember now. And to everyone's surprise, slightly, Jeff Hardy makes the move back from Raw to SmackDown with the United States Championship. And you got to think, wait, how did Paige know that Jeff would have the United States Championship? Why did she not bring over Seth Rollins? I don't know. Anyway, other things we got. Absolution were announced as moving over, as we said. Samoa Joe came out and beat someone up. I really do not remember what Samoa Joe did. He fought someone. I know he fought someone, but I can't remember. Got NXT call-ups for Sanity and Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. So pretty big ones. I mean, Andrade is a former NXT champion. Sanity are very dominant stable. Be really good. Oh, Sanity and Ty Dillinger on the same thing again. Oh, lovely. Mwah. A return from injury from the Big Cass, Colin Cassidy, Big Cass, seemed to challenge Daniel Bryan, and I think the feud going forward is Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan, because basically they got cleared on the same day, and all of the fanfare about Big Cass's return basically just got enveloped massively by Daniel Bryan. So I'd like to see what he does with it. It might go badly, but who knows. So Asuka has finally made the jump to SmackDown Live. She came out She came out when Becky Lynch and Charlotte were fighting. Oh, who was it? Oh, it was Carmella. Yeah, Carmella and the Iconics. Um, so we've got a six woman tag coming forward. I hope you all know this. The club were hyped to join over. So were the Bar. The people who are challenging for the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Greatest Royal Rumble, probably not going to win it now, are they? And the biggest pop of the night. This is a whole bit of sarcasm from Devil Cyborg here. R-Truth has moved to SmackDown. He had a little bit of a thing with New Day and Ty Dillinger. R-Truth and Ty Dillinger had a fucking amazing secret handshake. So yeah, it's all good. It's very good. What do they do with it now? Who knows? Looking very forward to SmackDown. It seems they've got a really good hand in all this. The only people who really are just a bit are Big Cass and R-Truth, but they could change that around. I mean, R-Truth probably not. Big Cass probably. It's good picks, and Monday Night Raw is just a bit of a that. That's a Superstar Shakeup. And the fun thing is, I'm actually recording this on the Thursday because I was so lazy I forgot to record this on a Wednesday. For fun, I'm currently recording this 3 hours before it's supposed to go out. Let's hope rendering doesn't happen. And of course, WWE NXT happened. It actually happened. I mean, I don't know the WWE Network anymore, so I can't watch stuff. But what happened on NXT? Johnny Gargano returned home, and what he did was basically, okay, Candice LeRae will face your manager Zelina Vega, and Gargano will wipe out Andrade if he gets involved, and Johnny said he wants to be the first challenger for Aleister Black's title. That's nice. Ricochet defeated Fabian Eichner, the one and only, actually nickname, and I'm annoyed that I didn't take that. He had his debut in front of Full Sail University. Of course, Ricochet won with a breathtaking 630 splash. Then just had a face thing. It says here, Ricochet told Kayla Braxton that it felt great to compete in the same venue where superstars like Sami Zayn and Bayley made a name for themselves, in case he plans to do the same for himself now that he's Vegas too. What a babyface. Jesus. So, the War Raiders. Oh, this is downright. The War Raiders, War Machine, defeated the Metro Brothers. Yes, you won't know who the Metro Brothers are. In a bit of a squash. Basically, a clothesline, pop-up power slam, and then their finish, which is a suplex with an avalanche leg drop combo. Apparently, there's this hashtag going around, hashtag join the raid. Sounds very, 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 very World of Warcraft. Okay, this is something I didn't see, which is actually pretty big. Shayna Baszler told the NXT women's locker room to get in line, get out. That's big. So cameras basically caught Shayna interrupting Serena Deeb's meeting, the NXT women's roster. She ripped Ember Moon's name off her former locker, replacing it with Spade's playing card. Told her fellow superstars to get in line behind her or get out. Dakota Kai, who was once injured at Baszler's hands, exited, but only after the Submission Magician stopped bullying her and allowed her to pass. So it might be we have a Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler feud. I think up already, which is injury and a bit of like a tension between the two. So it should go well. And of course, there was a match that everyone saying was really good. Lars Sullivan defeated Killian Dane in a no disqualification match. Might be Killian Dane's last match on NXT. In honesty, up to SmackDown Live. What happened was Sullivan won. Yeah, Sullivan won. Dane's undoing was when he basically was going to do a coast-to-coast drop kick. Sullivan prevented it from unfolding and caught Dane coming off the chair to the midsection. Ouch. He then dove Dane onto chairs with the freak accent suspension spot as the top mastodon at NXT. Oh, I love the WWE reporters using words like that. And finally, Candice LeRae defeated Zelina Vega. Pretty good. Big match. Basically, all very, very good. There's a lot of stuff. It's pretty. Almas did try to break the hold of the Gargano escape that Candice put on Vega, but then Gargano put put El Idolo into his own Gargano escape, and then LeRae basically submitted, and they go up to SmackDown Live and all that. It's quite nice. And then Gargano said, "Yeah, I will challenge Aleister Black. By the way, I hope that's still." And that's basically all that happened in wrestling, and we're at 16 minutes, and I'm not sure if everything that I've got left will go forward, but hey, let's try it anyway. So, normally after wrestling, what I do is I'd go to my Q&A. Well, I've been doing something this week that maybe has something here. Maybe I can put forward some of my stuff. So, recently what I've been doing is I've been doing sorry. What I've been doing recently is I've been doing reviews of albums which have been suggested by people, and it's been pretty good. It's been quite nice. And I think I just want to kind of recommend some albums to you guys, if you don't mind. So people who are on 95 Degrees already, you'd have seen that I've been posting them. But I'll make it a little bit nice. And I'm going to give you the top stuff that I have, okay? So, first off, I'm going to give you the 9. So I've only given 3 albums so far, 9, and none of them are 10. So you're getting the highest stuff I've listened to. So, first off, I'd recommend Death of a Bachelor, the album by Panic, the most recent album by Death of a Bachelor, by Panic at the Disco. Although there is going to be a new Panic at the Disco album coming out soon, I would recommend Death of a Bachelor. Really starts off with active and boppy tunes. You start with Victorious. It's very high tempo and all that. Gets you really excited, and as the whole first half, it's active and alert. It keeps you like kind of dancing a bit, and as a good album should, as it goes to the second half, it starts to slow down with a few peaks, but it starts to slow down, and at the end, it hits with one of the really nice ending songs, which Panic Disco are really known for. Possible Year, and it's Impossible Year is just a really nice song as well. It's a very slow ballad, a bit of a blues hint to it as well, a bit of saxophone, I guess. Yeah. Overall, it's a really great album. The variety and the talent, it just keeps you hooked for the whole album. Not the best album I've ever listened to, but I would recommend you to listen to it. Why do I ever say watch for anything on this? Like, oh, come on, Devil, come on. Yeah, I'd recommend you listen to Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco. I'd really. Next up for my 2 9s, it's very odd because they're by the same band, and I've never heard this band before I reviewed them. I'd recommend you listen to both albums that have been released by the band Polyphia. That's Polypha. Now, I was suggested this by someone who kind of likes metal and all that stuff, and if you like guitar, you'll very much like this. If you're someone who likes vocals in their album, I'd still recommend you listen to this because it could change your mind about music altogether. I always thought a great album needs some vocals, something gut-wrenching, something to pull in. These two albums by Polyphia, extremely just they turned my head on the whole thing. I thought, okay, so got something that's just guitar, and as I kept listening, I was like, it's guitar and it's fucking sick. Um, I was really expecting vocals, like, because it was kind of like a sick riff, kind of like and all that stuff. I was expecting like a screamo kind of guy, but as I kept waiting, nothing was happening. I was like, wait, is this all guitar and all that stuff? And I just really enjoyed it. Some of the songs just really epic on the first album, Muse. It really left me wanting to listen to more of the first album, and I as I listened to the second album, it's just really impressing. The guitar was just amazing. The whole album it has variety as well. So as you're listening to it, it's always a bit different. So yeah, it's really good album, and I would really recommend you listening to Polyphia. Yeah, that's my thing. I'll go through some of my eights now. Why not? I'll go with one of the most recent ones that I've listened to, shall we? I'd recommend you listen to Mania by Fall Out Boy. Yes, I am quite an emo child. Of course, near the start, the upbeat songs, Last of the Real Ones, Hold Me Tight Don't, Champion, upbeat, positive, active mood, really, really good. And as you get near the end, Church, Heaven's Gate, Bishop's Knife Trick, slow the pace down, and it's a very good formula for the album. There are some songs that I would skip on the album, like if I was just listening to it out of leisure, I'd probably skip some songs, but it's a very good album, and it was an improvement from Fall Out Boy's album before that, which was American Beauty, American Psycho, and I gave this an 8. All of these right now you're hearing are going to be 8s, just so you know. Next up, we have Pure Heroine by Lorde. Now, you may know Lorde either by Royals, which is in this album, and a great song, or you may remember it from the South Park episode where that man pretends he's Lorde, I am Lorde, all that stuff. The album starts off with Tennis Court, which is a very underrated song, one of the singles from the album. It's a very underrated song. Let's get down to the like, yeah. I enjoyed it quite well, and as it went through, it's a very easy listen. There's nothing too hard. It's very entertaining, and just work and listen to it, and it doesn't feel like it's distracting you. It's very, very nice just to listen, which I feel is really good to have. You could make the argument that a lot of the songs sound the same. I did notice it's quite same like similar melodies, and Lorde's voice doesn't really change up that much. But I enjoyed it quite well, and I didn't even notice that the album had finished because I was so into it that I didn't even notice it just went out. So yeah. Next up, another Panic Disco song, Panic Disco album. I am an emo queen, apparently. Pretty Odd. I didn't think I'd give this such a high score when I'd be recommending it to you. I didn't actually think I'd be recommending music podcasts anyway. But hey ho, here we are. It was my least favorite Panic Disco album. Probably still is, but then it just shows how small a margin there is from the best to the worst. The folk and country twist on Pretty Odd is something that I never really liked. And still today, I feel a bit, it's country. But now I feel a bit better with it. I feel a bit better with the whole country thing. Lyrically, it's a great song. The work by Ryan Ross and Ben Urie on the lyrics are beautiful. And one thing I did notice, sometimes you have to listen to the whole song instead of just listening to the start and thinking, okay, this doesn't sound great. Some of them start off a bit weird, but then as you go into it, it's like, oh, okay, I really enjoy this, yeah. it is just a masterful album. It's a piece of art, really. Um, it's really good message behind the songs. And the good thing is the first song on the album is kind of an introduction of sorts. But it's like a song, and it's nothing else like the album. But it's really like upbeat. It gets you in the mood, and it's really short, so you get into the actual songs much quicker. And it also transitions well into the second song, which is lovely. Um, and some of the songs don't have re-listening ability. Spoken Around and From a Mountain in the Middle of the Cabins, I wouldn't suggest you have a listen to those, but I mean, you can if you want. Like, it is your decision. Um, but I gave that an 8. It's a very good album, and I would listen to it. Um, okay. Wild World by Bastille. I haven't reviewed Bad Blood yet, but Wild World gets 8 points from. It's a good album. It has a mix of radio songs, good tunes, and songs that are radio songs, good tunes, and songs that are slower and feel more emotionally ingrained. It's a good variety album. In honesty, you've got the poppy hits. I say poppy stuff like that. I can't remember the name of that. Oh shit. Either way, it's a good album, and there are some songs where it's slightly off. I think that's maybe because I listened to the deluxe version, but hey ho. It's not nothing too spectacular, and like it doesn't push into the nines, but it's a very solid album across. So yeah. And the last one I can recommend to you is it's like I have to recommend this to you. Is Better with Time by Grabbits. Now I'd been recommended Grabbits by a friend for a long time. So I listened to it. Yeah, the intro was quite odd, but as it kicked into gear, it really worked well. It was a very good electronic dance music album. Well, not really. It was more chill music, really, electronic chill music. There were parts where I felt it should have gone a bit harder after a bass drop, like do 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 do. I was like, oh. I was really like pumping up to the like build up and then boom, and nothing happened. But I did understand that it was a chill album, and it's a good album, and I would suggest you have a listen to it, and I will probably re-listen to it in a while. So that's what I recommend to you. Currently on my list, I still have to listen to the EP Idol by Jeremy Zucker and My Dear Melancholy by The Weeknd. So that's all. That's all there. And finally, let's finish this with some Q&A questions. So, I think these Q&A questions are starting to get more comical, so we'll just go through them quite quickly. If a car crashes on purpose, is it still an accident? No, I believe that's called vehicular manslaughter. Unless no one dies, and I really do not know. It's an accident, no one dies? I don't know. Yeah, if a car crashes on purpose, it's not called an accident. If you throw a cat out of a car window, does it become kitty litter? No, because a kitten is a baby cat, so if you throw a cat... If you're able to reverse cat's age by throwing it out of a window, that's something. Yeah. Why does Goofy stand erect while Pluto remains on all fours? They're both dogs. That's true. However, Goofy is a more evolved version of a dog, who's later down the genealogy tree, and Pluto is a suck-ass bitch who hasn't evolved yet, so that's why. What's your third favourite reptile? I'm gonna have to go snake. It's a cool animal, but it scares me too much to put it at number 1 or 2. Someone put Q&A questions. They're very fucking funny. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like food? 10? Yeah, actually, I'm going to have to go for a 10. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the Devil Cyborg Podcast. 30 minutes goes by quite quickly. When I'm talking about wrestling, that is. But thank you for watching. I say thank you for watching. thank you for listening to the Devil Cyborg Podcast. Next week, I don't know what will happen, but until then, put on your sun cream, wear some shorts, and have a fun time in the sun, unless you're in a place which doesn't have sun. Then lucky you. Alright. Good night, or good day. Mwah.